You're good.
I used to attend a Pentecostal church, and one of the things that we were required to do was to recall, remember, recite verses from the Old and the New Testament. I think it's in Deuteronomy 38 somewhere, maybe verse 38, 39, something like that, where it says, "It is I, God, I am He, and there is no other God but me." That is the fundamental place that influences the notion of a leader must be a person, a single person. That's why the buck stops here. That's why the extraterrestrial says, "Take me to your leader." But the reality is that Judeo-Christian notion of one leader is not one that holds everywhere. In fact, it's not one that holds even here. It's just that we have become so used to thinking of one person that we don't think of other people who've been a part of the leader being successful. We don't think, for example, of women who are behind the leader or beside the leader, or for that matter, ahead of the leader. The notion of a leader and it being a man comes from the Western European notions of the man is on top. And that meant that men got into print because they're writing about themselves as leaders. They got a voice on radio. And when talking radio came along, we now call that television, they got portrayed on television. So the leader was one person. The leader was a man. That's a bad assumption. And it limits what people see as leaders. Often when surveys are done, those surveys ask people to name leaders, and often both women and men. If you ask them to name 20 leaders, they name more men than women. That value, the Judeo-Christian value, the Western European notions of who's on top, severely limit our ability to draw on effective leaders. If we're to think about who this notion of a leader and a man, it probably explains why all the presidents of the United States have been men. It probably explains why the United States elected a black man, horror of horrors, as a president, because Barack Obama was a man, and so they didn't have to elect Hillary Clinton, a woman. Women cannot be leaders. And this is interesting. This is true largely in North America. Many places where people think of as anti-women, think about Stephen Harper in his recent horrible message that women who wear the hijab